to Speed for a little bit of inspiration.
I've been on some bullshit on trying to stock up on inspiration, so I'll take that if that's
Go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
all right. So we started last session with hearing a little bit more from Albrecht, who did indeed tell us that our individualism combined with our power of friendship was such that we would not be able to be tempted by the powers of Gaul, which was Pella's mistake. Um, to defend her, he summoned a roper, which, with Cal's new Gaul superpowers, was able to control. Um, we Ember, like first round, was able to uh, hold person on Pella and maintained that until she was killed by an incoming bowling ball of acid. Um, it was horrific for her, and I feel incredibly vindicated. Um, we Albrecht teleported. He did let us know pretty up front. He has no idea who the fuck we are, but he's going to learn and he's gonna see us again. Um, we sat and rested, and after we destroyed the last of the um, chaos artifacts, the demiplane we were in started to break, so we fled, forcibly leaving the roper behind, but not before Krios tried to rip his forehead off. Um, we decided to check out the Undercity Market, where we learned a couple of things. We learned um, uh, that there is a significant drop in trade because Karakara is that doesn't exist anymore effectively, um, or at least no merchants or trade from there is coming through to Bastion at all. Maras has a stronger foothold in trade with Bastion now because of it, which includes the gem trade, which also means that gems are harder to get now. So if any of us were looking to possibly carry around revivified diamonds, we might be in trouble for that. Especially since we pawned a lot of our shit as well, and a lot of our loose gemstones. Kriaz picked up a hag. Um, to what end we don't know. Good luck with that, man. Truly, truly wish the best for you in that department. Um, and then we went. Uh, we found Henri. The is he? I don't know why I keep thinking you're saying he's half goblin. Is it or is he a hobgoblin?
Yeah, he's like never transitioned into. He's like half goblin, half hobgoblin.
He's just a little fucked up guy.
Fascinating.
Yeah, he's like
All
his
right.
metamorphosis never took, so he's a little like yeah, he's messed up looking.
He's just a little
Okay.
nasty guy.
He's a
That's
He's
he's
a
a little
little
bit
nasty guy. Yeah.
he's a little bit country and a little bit rock and roll.
that
Damn
sucks
it.
for him. uh, uh, um, he was on personal business. Or at least he said he was on personal business. Um, Cal made a very strange, ephemeral bargain with him, uh, effectively reminding him of how shitty of a position he's in with Berggren, and encouraging Henri to seek his own success. Unclear if that means with us or by murder. We don't know, and we'll see how that falls out later. Um, uh, Learned Ember Prime has been attempting to go by an adventuring name, and we've all severely disrespected her for neglecting that. And then we headed topside to sleep. Um, but when we left, or when we exited, I believe it was getting towards like afternoonish because our whole circadian rhythm's all fucked. Um, which means I think we were going to take a long rest in like the sunny afternoon, but we all very badly wanted to do that. So we've split up or gone to my house, whatever people wanted to do.
Yes, excellent. Go ahead and give yourself some inspiration. Thank you for that. Yes, we're on the heels of your long rest, having uh, taken whatever time it is that you needed to secure such things, even in the afternoon. Um, uh, but we would be that long rest would have been completed. It would be early in the morning, almost around 7 in the morning, on the first day of a new month, the first day of Tar, which is a real month in Dungeons and Dragons.
Fuck them, honestly. Their calendar sucks.
Um, I don't know how, like, I don't know, we kind of like leave it a bit amorphous in terms of like whether everyone stays at, Rainier's place. Some people I know, don't stay there. We keep it amorphous, just saying like, hey, there's inns nearby if you want to be nearby the party.
The yard
Um,
is well overgrown, and I just cut a little copse in it and put my tent in it.
right, you got
I
the
got
tent up.
I got
Yeah,
my tent squatting spot in the
yeah,
yard.
yeah, heck yeah.
And you have your tent back now, so
And you got your
Yeah.
tent back, as well as if you bought a replacement tent, you got extra tent.
Well, yeah, now I got an extra tent, so everybody can have a tent, but you can't look, it's hard to replace the smell of the old tent, you know?
Ugh.
It has a lot of good memories and
A
bad
lot of
memories.
leather and Budweiser in that tent.
Yeah.
um, is there anything anybody wanted to do as part of their long rest? Any like mechanical stuff? They're like, hey,
Yep.
I do this as part of my long rest.
I make my new bag of holding
New bag of holding.
with
Okay,
the
cool.
sack that Rainier gave me.
Very good. Very
It's
good.
called Rainier's Reliable Rucksack.
Oh!
Rainier doesn't know it yet. It is essentially that backpack, but like covered in the same like scrawling like halfling runes as before. That are all just big, big inside, bigger, small outside.
That's very nice.
I will also fashion like a rope to literally tie it to to my waist.
Sure, you have rope. You can cut
Yeah,
a chunk of rope
just
to do that.
I'll take like half of the silk rope that I was gonna use for a rope trick. Uh, like I'll take like the 15 like piece from that, and I'll take like another little piece and just craft it into like a like essentially little harness to strap it to Murph so it can't be taken away from him again.
Okay, it'll we'll say you make note that you have done
Uh-huh.
that in case someone tries to steal it off
Oh,
you
I
in the
will.
future to say, "Hey, I have made a rope thing. What does that do
Yeah.
for it?" Yeah.
I mean, I guess it'll be like, trying to break the rope, right? Like there's checks for that. There's
Yeah, there'd be
mechanics
it
for
would increase the difficulty of, yeah, for sure. Okay, cool, cool.
Oh, I also bring Chorby back
Bring
with the
Chorby
diamond.
back. Okay.
Yeah, Chorby's smoked, so
Yeah, hell yeah.
I thaw
Chorby
him
comes
out
back.
and
Yeah, he's very happy, flits around a bit, grabs some random chunks of whatever's free floating, and puts it in his head.
puts it in his head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
puts it in
he loves it.
his little open boiling
Yep. He loves
cauldron.
it.
Anyone else? Any other mechanical things or things people wanted to take care of?
Nothing beyond the usual.
Nothing mechanical, but Rainier is actually going to take some time in the house, going through some personal artifacts and trying to find something. but this is not like a task that takes a lot of effort or is necessarily out of place. He's just looking for something specific.
Is it something that like does he find it, or do we need to know if he finds it?
I think he does, but it's just something that he's kind of making sure is still in the house and setting aside for maybe use later. It's not anything important, but just something that he is doing.
Okay. Okay. Keep your secrets then.
Yeah.
Cool. Morning arrives. We will assume, for ease of use, that you all collectively just meet outside of Rainier's, where you can discuss whatever it is that you want to do for the day.
All right, so we do have to talk to Red Stream eventually. Uh, at least let him know that we're back in town. But we still technically have the Berggren situation in mass to address. Cal, I know you've been doing a lot of thinking and decision making and a lot of shit in general, but have you had any thoughts or inspiration about that recently?
Adam, are you with us?
Oh, sorry, muted.
Mhm.
Well, after bumping into Henri, I've been thinking even more about what options are available to us, and, well, I'm sure Berggren is quite upset that we, even if he doesn't know that we've sold him out, just the fact that we did not acquire the book that he was looking for, I'm sure he's quite angry. It seems like at this point it's Band-Aid that should really just get ripped off. What that is, I'm not entirely sure. I think I might be able to use my new persuasive abilities to try and diffuse that situation. But if I try that and it doesn't work, then it will be a fight, and it will be to the death. And so I'm not sure that it's worth the effort if it only means we're going to be arrested after the fact.
I think it'd be worth notifying the authorities of the situation before we get into it.
Or
Very well.
we notify them, go about our business. When they attack us, then we escalate our response back, and there's a paper trail saying we tried to warn them.
I think that's a pretty good idea, but I also think that if we are caught unawares by Berggren, rather than attempting to go in and handle it, and he puts up air quotes, civilly, and then it goes awry, then I think if we are caught by him when we are ill prepared, then we are ill prepared. But if we kind of just make a whole day of it, then we're going to be as ready as we could be. Anyone else have any thoughts or extreme aversion to addressing this situation, either today or in the next couple? I mean, pity's sake,
Oh,
uh we do have those offers from the Slayers Guild we could address as well.
Should probably see if they're even still available. Somebody could have taken care of it within the time point that we did all this.
It's true.
But that might mean there's more jobs.
Amber Prime, did you have a thought?
What? We've been so wrapped up with this whole thing. Other than the Slayers and Bergren, was there something else we needed to do?
There's the testimony for Redstream and the council.
Oh, and Renia, what, if any, obligation do you have to the church to tell them about what has transpired with this voice of God nonsense?
It's a good point. We should report what we can. Although I don't know how ready. Well, my boy Giras might be at a point where we might be able to talk to him. He can pass on anything we've learned. But that shouldn't take more than an hour, tops. Could do that after we've gotten this shit kicked in or whatever.
I mean, I know we're all gung ho to go deal with Bergren now, and I'm all for that and everything, because I mean, I wanted to burn at least him down. Definitely not the whole place. It was the whole place. I wanted to burn the whole place. Since we first met him, but no offense, this is not perhaps our highest priority right now. If Cal can make that weird ropey thing bend to his will, I'm sure Bergren can be scared off for a day or whatever.
Also, not that I don't want to address it, but he's kind of in a stronghold. If it leads to a fight, then we're at a significant disadvantage. But Bugwin has shown that he knows how to find us, and if he finds us at a separate location, he generally doesn't bring a ton of people. That might give us more of an edge if it turns into a fight.
A very good point. I will say, I do have my concerns about him catching us outside of his domain, simply because the likelihood of us being caught by him elsewhere would be at my house, and I would prefer if that were not caught in the crossfire. That, and he still does have the threat over Cal's family as well.
Mm.
I'm not saying this must be done immediately, but I think there is more urgency than we'd like to admit.
Yeah, that's probably fair. To the Platinum Pigeon, then? Get this dealt with?
Maybe just city guard house first and let them be aware of the situation.
Sure. Yeah.
I just don't want to be walking out of the Platinum Pigeon to immediately be arrested.
In our negotiations with the asshole, it should be noted that we are currently not wanted is a strong term, but the council itself is aware of us and wants to speak with us. So if he decides to make a move, he's just done a big oopsie on kind of a political level.
Well, just so everyone is clear, if we're going to the Platinum Pigeon, or when we go to the Platinum Pigeon, I'm going to attempt to use this new super persuasive tone of voice on Bergren. And if it works, well, then he should be under my control for a day, unless someone tries to do something stupid. No one let anyone hit him, if that actually works. And if it doesn't work, he's going to be furious, and there will be a fight almost instantly.
Mm-hmm.
So, unless someone has another idea, I mean, I'd
does
like to
work.
try and.
If it does work, then he's probably gonna try and find a fight once the ability ends.
Oh, well, I've got a plan for that. I figure after we have some papers signed about who owes who what, um, if I understand this new ability correctly, I should have control of him for a day or so. I plan on then taking a little walk with him down to the authorities and have him tell them how he's interested in turning over a new leaf and confessing to every crime that he has committed. Then they can lock him up.
Pretty clever. Not to mention, you
Easy
do have
peasy.
some personal evidence about the crimes on your person, and I'll point to your broken, splinted finger.
Yes. Yeah, see, I'm not flicking you off. I'm not flicking you off.
How do we all feel about this?
Sounds like a plan to me. Sounds like a better plan than walking in with the intent to just murder him. Since, I figure we probably want to be able to come back to Bastion at some point.
Yes.
So the platinum
Hey,
pigeon.
Do you think if we go to the guards, I mean, maybe we go to the guards first, Cal, and you tell them that he wants to turn over, that he sent you to get them. Then if it works, you can have him turn himself in, and if it doesn't work, then the guards are there.
I mean, is there any harm in telling the guards the truth? That you'd be working some enchantment to persuade him to be honest, and when he is honest, they can do what they see fit.
Well, yes. I mean, the harm in that is that they would then have to trust me to be telling the truth. And that
Well, I
I'm
mean,
not just convincing him to say things that, if they know that he's charmed, they're not going to accept his admission of guilt. They're going to wait until
potentially.
it wears off, and then he won't admit to anything. No, this needs to be kept completely secret from the gods.
I see what you're saying, but that would be under the supposition that we would be not presenting him to the guards and then asking him under his enchantment to tell the truth. Now, I understand there might be some possible loopholes there, but I think that that might still be a clean and simple way to actually get as much honesty out of him as we can and in visible sight of the law.
Right, but
Legally,
the why would the law believe that just because that's what I'm saying, I hadn't hypnotized him 5 minutes before we walked in to respond to whatever I say by admitting to all sorts of outlandish things?
I mean, you're right.
As soon as they know that he's under any sort of charm by me, they're not going to believe anything he says, and at best they'll just hold him until that charm wears off.
oh jeez. Um, I haven't been a person for very long, but legally speaking, can you accept admission of guilt while under a medical enchantment?
Well, I mean, there is charms that are explicitly for admission of truth. So I would assume that, yes.
as you all are having this conversation,
Bergren, hello.
you see a fairly well dressed individual, not like fancy clothing, but someone that seems like in uniform of a degree, walking directly towards. They seem to be like looking like around for a moment, and then their eyes catch um, Rainier's house, and then the group of you that are standing outside of it, and they begin directly approaching the group. They raise a hand and say, pardon me, is this the residence of one Rainier Catterfeld?
I put up my 2 fingers.
Ah, yes. I'm also looking for an associate, a Kalawunax Cleth Tintley.
I hold up my splinted finger.
Ah, wonderful.
Sorry, it's old injury. Apologies.
No worries. I have a notice here from the Council of Bastion.
Come on up.
They approach and they hold out a sealed piece of parchment.
Yeah, I'll take that and read that.
Cool. It simply requests your presence, as per a conversation you had with the voiced heroine, Redstream, that it is on the 4th of Tarksa, per your conversation, that they request your presence. So that, based on when you met him, that's the 5 days.
Okay.
The administrator just double checks that you received it, you read it. Very well. Have a wonderful day. And they just turn around and leave.
Well, that one's handled. Best as we can handle it.
Okay, so what does that change then?
I think it means we don't leave Bastion at least until then. So any contracts with the Slayers Guild got to be real close. I think it does mean if we intend to fully address this situation with Berggren, we do that quickly.
So then we should go. And if we're gonna
Yep.
do this, let's.
Now I don't know that we settled the notion. I believe we should go talk to the city guard before we go talk to the Platinum Pigeon. Is there a disagreement in that?
Yes. That sounds insane to me.
Mhm.
We're going to go to the city guard, inform them that we're going to charm a local businessman, and if it doesn't work, it may come to violence.
I think that there is 2 ways we can go about it. Is we can be honest, let them know about the situation, the things that have happened to us and to you because of Berggren, and that we are going to attempt in some civil manner to handle this on our own terms without violence, but it might not work out as nicely as we prefer. I also think that if we do not talk to them, that the anticipated violence that we have a good significant chance of all understanding that might come to pass, that the minute we leave the pigeon there will be guards that we will have to answer to, and we won't have a whole lot to stand as far as justification immediately.
What if we just blackmail him?
What if we
We
just
set him up.
To do what?
Well, Rainier's idea. We tell the guards something's gonna happen. We go to where it's gonna happen, instigate it, and make him look like the bad guy.
I mean, it's not like
Just feels like that's adding more steps to an already very, very tentative plan. Tentative?
Tentative.
tentative.
Tenuous?
Tenuous, yeah.
Ooh, there you go.
There you go.
Oh, you did. Oh, you did a thing of the two of them together. It actually kind of works.
There's always the plan of telling him about the doctrine of Gaul.
Well,
I
not
mean,
What if
anymore.
we set him up?
No,
We let him read it.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
already
I've been
undid that.
meaning to tell all
Right.
y'all. I can more or less confirm that all those folk are safe now. You won't die from reading it.
Except anyone who was already committed, right?
No.
However many that might have
mean-
been.
Those people should be safe as well.
Oh,
When we broke each of the things, up until we broke the third one, well, essentially when we broke the tablets, we were fucking put multiples of them to potentially die or, have their soul forfeit, which I was kind of carrying, and that was fine. But after checking out that third relic, I'm pretty sure those things were the anchor for the magic that were doing the whole thing, basically. Get rid of all of them, and I don't think there's any magic enforcing the death curse or whatever. At least as far as I know.
well, that is quite literally the best news I've had in a 10-day. Thank you very much, Merv.
Yeah, I was hanging on to it just for like a moment when we were talking about stuff. But that's also why I had you destroy them real quick.
Thank you. I think we're at a point where we should probably just vote on whether we speak to the guards before we go to the Platinum Pigeon or just hope it all shakes out well in the wash after.
Can we do a third option?
Flip a
where
coin.
we talk to the gods and don't tell them about the enchantment?
I think that can fall into the category of talking to the guards.
Krios votes for flipping a coin.
Why don't you flip a coin and you can decide which
Yeah, you
side your
flip a
vote
coin,
casts
that tell you
to?
your vote.
Oh. Well, let's see here. Heads, we tell the guards. And tails. He's just like, and tails. Oh, I don't know how to roll I don't know how to roll a thingy. I thought it was working that way. No. Oh, there it is. So tails. We do not tell the guards.
All right. So far, 2 for not telling the guards. Anyone else?
I vote for telling the gods.
And my plan didn't really involve telling the guards so much as, well, I mean, it didn't involve telling the guards. So I guess I'm voting for not telling the guards. Although I want to still go to them first and bring them so that
All right. So that's still.
I don't need to I don't need to rehash the plan. Never. Sorry.
So, as far as I'm seeing it, we would effectively, I think, have to have 2 votes. The first is to whether or not we speak to the guards at all beforehand, and then the other would be against not speaking to the guards. And following that, how much we tell the guards we can discuss. Does that make sense?
Yes.
No? All right.
Yes.
All right. Ember, you wish to speak with the guards before?
I still think it's a good plan. Have him
Alright.
there.
All right. Merv, what'd you say?
I mean, personally, I don't think either of them are a particularly good decision because it's harder to claim self-defense when you walk in and kick a man's door down. But
Mm-hmm.
it ain't helpful. But I'm probably gonna have to abstain.
Well,
I mean,
it did make it an
regardless.
odd count of votes, so thank you for not at least bringing us to a tie.
Right. I mean, I figured at least I wouldn't put my hands on this one.
Sorry, I just want to make sure of the plan. Regardless of what we go with, Bergwin's throwing the first punch, right? Should it come to violence.
I mean, unless you consider ensorcelment a punch, in which case we're throwing the first punch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, we're going to invite the guards to watch me charm him?
Oh, fuck no.
No, oh my god. Okay, everybody calm down.
No, that would be fucking insane.
All right. For 4-1 vote, 3-1 vote, 2 to the other. Sounds like the best. We have voted at least to speak with the guards first to allow them to have some concept of what it is that we are about to do. Now we should probably be a little bit more clear about what that is going to entail.
We could probably leave it at we are intending to go try to clear some, or let's say we're going to try to go make a repayment plan for a debt. But we're thinking he's going to probably not engage in that with good faith, considering last time we tried that, he tried to make us do a crime.
I'm satisfied with that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, worth considering what happens when whoever he's paid off in the guard either catches wind or bails him out once we get him taken there.
Good to consider.
I mean, if I had money and I was doing crimes, I'd be trying my best to give money to anybody trying to catch those crimes. So maybe they either don't look at them or if I get caught, so they get me out.
Well, maybe we don't talk to Whiff-Waff. Maybe we talk to Teo and see who he trusts within the city guard and talk to them.
I don't know that we'd be able to. I don't know that Terwin would have such good insights to immaculately be able to pick out guards that are not on payroll. But good thought.
I
Plus,
mean,
fella's probably busy.
he's a good guy, but he is like, a nobleman, so.
I mean, he might know someone on the council.
But he
Who
knows everybody on the council.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, somebody who would know the information we're looking for.
So the council's made up of guild masters, which does require that they both be attendant to their council duties and their personal businesses as well. That would be the effort of speaking to either Terwin to get a guide, or then speaking to guild masters. That would be a long list of chores to be considering. Not putting it off the table, but just be a lot to entail.
also, Cal, clarification question. Are you intending to talk to him before you charm, or are you leading with it?
Well, my initial thought was that I'd have to attempt it fairly early on in the conversation. I don't expect that he's going to be much in the talking mood. However, the more I hear this, the more it occurs to me that this is awfully complicated. Maybe we should just go there and kill him.
Oh my
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
Have
Yeah,
we decided?
No.
I can't see him having a lieutenant who gives half a shit as much as he does about you.
Well,
Okay,
particularly.
okay, hold on. If we're worried about the guards afterwards,
Then
if we're
going to
worried
kill him
about
is
the
wrong.
no. If we're worried about the guards afterwards, we just have to make sure that just like last time, the conversation is where other people can see. Right? Last time we were standing in the middle of the casino floor. We didn't go into an office or anything like that. There were plenty of gamblers that watched that guy break Cal's finger. If he starts shit and we end shit and there's witnesses, then the guards can deal with the witnesses, right? We don't have to worry about Charmin. We don't have to worry about whether or not there are corrupt guards that are going to tip Berggren off. I hadn't thought about that. We just go in, do what we're trying to do, and if Berggren gives us shit, well, then sucks to be him, right?
I mean, that's
I think that's the best plan.
that's
Further,
assuming we can end shit, because he is very well guarded within the casino.
I'm confident in our abilities.
also a way to kick that
Given what
off.
we've just done, I'm pretty confident in our abilities.
Okay, consider the optics here for a second. Pretty powerful play here would be Cal goes in with a bag full of 50 gold and hands it to him and says, "This is the beginning of my repayment plan." And when that goes about as well as we think it will, and he kicks shit off, then we got a bunch of public people who just saw Cal try to make an overture towards paying off his debt. They don't know the details or the particulars.
The only concern that I truly have, well, I should say the two, is one, that this gets out of hand and more people get way more hurt than we intended. And then the other is that for any amount of time, we are in guard custody. That is not something I think any of us want to have to deal with at all. That is the only reason I am bringing up that we should be on the side of the law as best as we possibly can.
I mean, they know about Berggren. They know what he does. We know this. Like, they've told us that they turn a blind eye to Berggren. So I don't see as we can be on the right side of the law and solve this. That's why I'm saying make sure that there are witnesses and he throws the first punch. Or we can just ignore it and wait to get jumped in the streets. Cuz I don't see how you expect this to go down if we go talk to the guards and just say, "Hey, we're going to go talk to this guy who's probably going to try to kill us," because their advice is going to be, "Well, don't go talk to him."
I'm not
It's
looking
not
for
going to.
their advice. I'm looking to make it as apparent as possible that we have tried to do the right thing from the beginning so that when things go wrong, we have some connection that
What
can
does
help us
telling the
some way.
guards actually get us in that regard?
The understanding
That's
that
what I don't understand.
you know what? That's fine. If this is, we have to take care of this for Cal's family, if nothing else. So let's just get it done however we possibly can, fast as we can, and hope it doesn't fall apart on us.
Thinking this through, if he has the guards paid off, us telling them is not going to help. It's just going to tip him off.
We have no concept of how protected he is.
So
That's the
safety
thing.
measures would be we don't talk to the guards.
Now that I'm thinking about it, telling the gods might actually add more people to his side if he's already paid them off.
Yeah, see? I mean, fun fight, but
I like our chances in the streets better.
we would have to get him in the public. If we're in his area, even if it's in like his building with the bystanders gambling and everything else in there, they're still all going to be on his side. They go there because they know him.
I don't
Or,
I
or
don't
if you're
think
one
that's
of the mill
real
gamblers gonna fight.
true. Yeah. Plenty of people go there to just gamble, right? I mean, or to
That's
like
right.
drink.
Most people,
Right.
right? Most people just go there for the drinks and the gambling.
Yeah, Cal would be a primary source on that.
And Cal would
This
not
is
bet
true,
on
this is
Bogo
true.
inside.
This is true.
Well, sounds like we're back to square one.
Eh, what if we just run in there? Run in there.
Oh my god.
That's a
I'm-
crime.
I mean, you're saying just run in there.
But that is what everyone else is. That is the decision we've come to. Is we go and maybe enchant him, and more than likely just have to fight full on and just pray to God that we will
Mine-
get through okay. That's what we've come to.
It's worth appealing to his fucking self-interest to be like, don't do this because we got a councilman who's looking after us now, and you know that, and we know that, and just fucking don't.
You
Ooh,
know,
Cal.
that's
We
an
could also
excellent
just
point.
lay low a few days and go talk to the council, right?
Yes, I mean,
Cal,
mm,
what exactly does your charming ability do? Like you can charm him, but like does he have to listen to you?
well, if I'm successful in charming him, he has to listen to me for 24 hours or until he's injured, suffering any sort of harm, can break the charm. But
Okay.
short of that, he's under my control for 24 hours.
So, thinking this, I mean, it might have already been noted. You charm him, if it works, and you just tell him to go turn himself in to the councilman, not to the guards.
That was basically Cal's initial plan. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but now that I think about it, Renee, I do greatly appreciate your concern for my family, but I'm not concerned about them in the least. With the amount of security that they have around them, Bergren's dreaming if he thinks he can touch them. That's absurd. It not realistic in the least. And well, Ember Prime, given your position, I've considered it, and I like our chances too. Let him jump us in the street after what we have accomplished as a group. I think that would be rather foolish. So perhaps it's not something we need to deal with. Perhaps we rely on the umbrella of goodwill that the voice has said that we will be under. If I recall correctly, he said
Wait,
rather
what now?
explicitly that, well, he said that he couldn't take care of this situation entirely, but that he would let Berggren know that he knew what he was up to, and he wouldn't expect any more funny business from him. Not exactly solving the problem, but certainly letting Berggren know that if anything were to happen to us, that he would be suspect number one. So maybe we just steer clear and count on Berggren probably doing the same for his own self-preservation. And if it turns out that we're wrong in that, well, given our collective talents, I think it will be the last mistake Berggren ever makes.
So, Slayer's Guild mission? And Ragnarok smiles.
Yes.
Well, what's it gonna be?
Slayer's Guild. Slayer's Guild. Slayer's Guild.
I mean, I guess a little detour is not going to cost us much. We can always
Right,
walk
let's see
around,
what
clear
they
our
have.
heads, come back to this other issue, come back to the Berggren issue.
I mean, really, it all comes down to Cal. If he doesn't want to deal with it, then we shouldn't be dealing with it.
I mean, Rayner presented a important point earlier, which was that if they're going to retaliate, one of the places they can retaliate is this establishment. So there ain't like no risk for anyone else.
What do you mean, this establishment?
The house we're standing in.
No,
Rainier's
okay.
place here.
Got it. Thank you.
Well, it seems the only way to ensure that no harm falls to this establishment is to take care of this immediately. And Cal's going to start walking to the Platinum Pigeon.
Following Cal. Can't you let him go alone?
Here's
Does
to hoping
everyone
it.
else follow suit?
Here's to hoping it doesn't come to violence, and Ragnarok will follow too.
All right. Does anybody not follow? Okay. You make your way from nearest place to the Platinum Pigeon.
While we are walking, I would like to cast Sending.
Sure. Who would you like to cast sending to?
To the councilman that we were supposed to steal the book from.
Okay, give me just a moment.
I need 25 words. I can't remember the guy's name. Hey, you.
Terrawin Redstream.
Yeah. You cast, unable to complete your spell. The spell slot is consumed, but there is a barrier that prevents you from sending any message.
Okay. Well, then I don't have to worry about 25 words.
He has his phone set to do not disturb.
Okay. You make your way through the city. It's early in the morning, but you can still see, like early in the morning, this city is, still coming alive. There's a lot of people that have already been, at work for a while. If cutting across anywhere close to the harbor, those sounds are always busy there. Um, you see that there's a fair amount of, at first, what you mistake for vagrants. Um, a lot of people that are just like on the street with some tattered clothing, rags, like tattered cloak, clearly like just carrying what they have on them. Um, a lot of them are begging passersby. A lot of passersby do not give them anything. Some stop and give a coin or two, or hand over a bit of whatever food they're getting from the morning. Um, Others are a little more aggressive in their response. Um, some choice words of you know freeloaders. You're taking up our space here. How are we supposed to feed all of you? How are we supposed to take care of all of you? the refugee issue is in the days that you've been dealing with everything compounding as it is normally going to occur. There's just simply not enough infrastructure in place to handle an event like this. So a lot of people are left to fend on their own as they are.
Is it alright if I hand out what rations I have?
Yeah, yeah, you're more than welcome to.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Just fall
Um,
behind a little bit and make sure yeah, all of those.
About
Yeah.
how many like families do we see on this
whole
particular route?
families. I mean, just in your walk itself, whole families, you probably see about half a dozen or so.
Like, families with kids, right? Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
got two parents trying to like take care of a bunch of kids.
Yeah, about half a dozen or so that have children, one or many there.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I like can see that that people are getting kind of like fever pitch, I will continue to walk, but like start handing you said there's like 12?
about half a dozen, right? So
Okay.
a smattering along the way. But I
Yeah,
mean,
I
like
will.
you're passing like in the time that
I
you
know.
spent here, like maybe 40, 50 refugees just so far.
Yeah. For the ones with families, I will like take Chorby into a conference for a second and tell Chorby to essentially like skim along the ground and drop like 5 gold next to them as he goes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's significant. There's a if you do it in like if he is able to do it in a
I'm gonna have him try to stealth.
yeah, because otherwise like a lot of people are gonna like scramble
Yeah.
for
I'll
five
have him
gold,
see if he
right?
can do it stealth with the first couple, and if he gets spotted to just stop.
Okay.
Because this is specifically what I'm trying to avoid, right? Like I don't want to
Yeah.
cause a fucking run on some
Yeah,
family.
there is a real risk of this. So give us just give
Ooh.
us two rolls for it. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
fair. Yeah, he's able to
Not
do
bad.
it enough to prevent a dangerous event from happening.
Yeah, I feel like him just being small and able to like skitter around because everybody's focused at like as long as he doesn't touch anybody down there, nobody's looking at him. That combined with like being able to fly, so he's kind of just hover like skimming along the ground.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
you
I'll
see,
subtract the
like
gold.
as you are not directly doing this and people
Nope.
are a little unsure of like exactly what is happening, but like you can see the look on their faces that they like a relief is over the faces of the families you were able to do this for. Near the people that you're giving rations to are directly thanking you as you're handing them out to them. You do get a little bit swarmed because I'm imagining you have a significant amount of rations.
Yeah, it's like 10 pounds, 20 pounds of food.
Yeah, you end up like there's way more people here than you have rations for that are like desperate for them. But you do what you can, right? They understand it. They're not angry, but a crowd appears to try to take advantage of what kindness there is. You see. Yeah, it'd really be Ember with your passive perception because of the shield. Ember, not all these people look well. You'd say about a tenth of them look ill, and then a tenth of that look like something is like wrong with them. Do you
How many people are we talking total?
um let's say seven of them look like they're in like rough medical shape. Um and then there's one of them that looks like there is something severely wrong with their physicality.
Ember is definitely doing that thing where you're trying to walk and you keep turning your head and you're like, no, I gotta focus, but and then hold on, hold on, hold on, and I will try to figure out if I can. I will see if I can figure out what's wrong, like if it's what category it would fall under. Is he like diseased? Is he?
The person that's like severely affected.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
one severe.
yeah. You see a middle-aged man, half elf, um, clothing a little better than the others. Look like he's had a little bit better of a time as far as that goes. But like his skin is like visibly pallid. You can see veins pulsing. Like you can visibly see his veins running up his arms and up his neck, along the like the edges of his face. Give me a medicine check. Unless you're doing like something like magical or whatever.
I was just gonna check first before I did that.
Cool. Yeah. 17. Uh, I mean, temperature very high. Like he's lucid to a degree, but you can see like his as you're like stopping and like, sir, are you okay? Um, this person, they have a cloak about them that's kind of like half on their head a bit, sweaty. Their eyes, like he makes eye contact with you and then like kind of looks past you a bit. You're not sure that he's like mentally fully present here. His body shakes a lot. With a 17, you also notice there appears to be something moving under his skin.
Okay. I will try this and hope that it works. Oh shit, no, I won't. I do not. Wait. Why do I have. Yeah, it's okay. I do. It's here. I will see if this will help.
Okay. You place your hands on him, begin casting magic. The power of Morden to resculpt even a person's body into health again. Um, you see that movement under his skin begin pushing and pushing up to his throat. You see it looks like hundreds of small writhing objects like worms, and he vomits a black fluid out of his mouth, and
Ugh.
along with it are again hundreds of these dark writhing worms that slap against the ground. This like he is heaving now on all fours, a growing puddle. There are people that are like freaking out in the vicinity that are fleeing now. A bit of a panic is occurring as nobody understands what it is that's happening. um, these worms are like piling onto each other. Um, okay, okay. Uh, you are very wary of this, and rightly so, as they were moving at you, and you light them aflame. You hear like a sizzling, a hiss, but a like cry, as if like these things are like wailing as they burn. The man collapses back onto his side, a bit of that dark ichor fluid kind of leaking out of his mouth. His eyes are rolled back. He's breathing very shallow, seems to be alive. Um, those worms do burn away, and the threat of them is subsided.
If any of the people who looked slightly sick are still around, I
You
know a
s-
bunch of people ran off, but if there's like an adult of them that is still here,
Yeah, you see two of the people that like were sick are still around, but a lot of people have like fled. Definitely
Yeah.
some of the ones that you know were sick. With your like seeing this with your 17 on medicine, a couple of those had the same veins.
Yeah. You get him, get to the temple, tell them you all need help. Now, I can't do this myself. We'll have to find the others. Now!
Yeah, people begin, trying to follow your orders as best you can, as best they can. You're uncertain to what degree, that's successful, but this person, you feel very confident you have purged some kind of very severe illness from them. Um,
Ember, what's going on? Do we need to gather people up and get them to the temple?
There were a couple others that are sick, like this guy. Not as far along. They vanished though, into when everybody ran off. I know we want to do this thing with Burger and Cow, but this is real bad. There's just so many people.
you see, there's guards approaching, and they just a small contingent. There's only four of them, just checking to see like what it is that is happening here at the moment.
I will not make any attempt to leave. I will wait for them to come over to me.
Yeah, they come over. They just ask like, "Hey, what's going on? What has happened here?" There's we've heard screaming. There's people running. What's going on?
I will explain everything that just happened.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably a couple more. You're looking for I doubt they got too far. They're probably gonna be fairly weak soon. You're looking for people kind of pale skin. You're looking for moving veins under their skin.
Shit, this is just what we need. Is this like the others? I don't know. How am I supposed to know? I can't keep track of it from day to day anymore.
I'm sorry. What others?
They like look around for a moment. And they just kind of like lean into you. Not all the refugees coming in from Karakar are safe. All right, be careful. All right. We don't know how many are affected, what its cause is. Just don't start a panic. Yeah. All right, everybody. Show's over. We'll take care of what's here. All right. They begin to like help the gentleman that had thrown up.
Hey, you guardman, you familiar with a place called the Platinum Pigeon?
Platinum Pigeon. Yeah, yeah. It's just down the way. We were there yesterday. Why?
Okay. Do you know who's in charge of the closest guardhouse? Can you tell me that?
I will tell you that.
You're welcome to say they give me a name.
I will give you that name. His name is, excuse me, Brithroar.
Brithroar. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, Brith, R-O-R, Brithroar.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Yeah, they nod. They two of them help the gentleman up. He is woozy, but with their strength, they're able to, carry him. They just take him. The other two guards help to like disperse the people that are, collected around here. Um, Things that you note is that in that pile of burnt matter, worms, and whatnot. This is for all of you. There's reflections of metal mixed throughout it.
Metal.
Hmm.
I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but Merv, Merv, I need one of your flasks.
Yep. I will use my telekinetic hand to lift a bit of lift the flask up out and then be like, okay, do you want to do you want me to grab one of them and you put them in and you hold the flask, or you want to?
I just want to make sure we get some of that metal too.
Right.
That's really weird. It kind of makes me think of Safeguard,
Yeah,
right?
it's biology metal.
You
Biometal.
you get you can label it black goopy biometal.
Will you hang it? Well, no, give me that. What do I need to roll looking at this thing?
What do you want to learn from it, or what are you attempting to learn from it?
So there's worms, and the worms also have goop around them, right?
Yeah, there's like
Okay.
kind of
I
viscousy black fluid, and there's like little worms.
I specifically have an inert stalk from Safeguard. So I'm trying to evaluate how similar this is to specifically to Safeguard, or to a thing like Safeguard stalks, right?
Yeah. Looking at the bit of inert stalk from one of those, goblin orb things,
Yeah.
not the same. Yeah, definitely not the
Okay.
same thing. But make a ancient arcana check. Very good.
Always with the ancient arcana roll.
See, very good.
Merv's jam.
Yeah, you are flat on the money. This is a mixture of biological and technological all together. Whatever this entity um, is not fully organic.
Based off the pile, if I'm looking at this one, do I sense any kind of cohesion, or this is legitimately just made up of a bunch of distinct organisms all?
With your 24, this is each individual worm probably has its own like sentience of a kind, but
Yeah.
together becomes can become a single fluid like entity, right? And move like a hive.
Yeah, Merv is furiously scribbling on a notepad as he's crouching down in the street to look at it. And
Yeah.
it's passing the notes as he's finishing each page to Ember Prime. Okay, it's biological for sure. But biotechnology technological.
Yeah,
Each one
yeah.
of them is each one of them is an individual and got their own thinking parts, but when they're working together, they form that goop, and that goop is amalgamation of all of them. It's like when multiple trees get roots together and then become one big tree. It happens in the bog sometimes. I don't know what you want to do about that, but
There's
that
nothing, right? Nothing we can do right now. Just
you want to give that to the guard. So I mean, I can make it more neat and then give it to him.
I guess. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do with it, but
Right.
I mean,
I
more
guess
information the better for them, I guess.
we could save a copy and give it to the council. It's important to know.
Yeah.
Right. The surrounding events, that dies down quickly after a few moments of you all standing here doing your investigations. People are just kind of moving around, walking around what they determine to be just a mess in the street.
I mean, do we just keep going on then? I don't think there's anything we can do about this, like right
Yeah,
now.
I don't know. I guess I don't.
Well,
This is all.
I'll add it to the list. He tell you what, you don't gotta think about it right now, but I will add it to the list, and we will come back to this. I'm keeping the
Yeah,
list. Like
it's
poke
not
this
the
head.
ooze stuff. It's just it's the people. It's the I
I
mean,
know we can't do anything for them without doing anything about whatever that is.
eventually, I mean, there's gonna be more than just that, though. There's gonna be plenty of normal sickness. Eh.
I mean, I don't think we're the best tools for that job anyway. I think we're better suited to understanding things like this than most are. This particular thing here. That's the tool we're good for.
Yeah, no, I I hear you. It's just we're gonna go deal with this Berggren over some money when all of this shit is going on, and it just seems very unimportant right now. Not dealing with it, but like the money.
I'm inclined to agree. If it weren't a stone hanging around our neck, I'd just as well ignore the whole thing and focus on the important shit. But here we are.
But I think we're all in agreement. In that case, let's cross it off our list quick so we can get back to that important stuff.
Yep.
All right. Finishing the trek to the Platinum Pigeon, a short trek from where you are now. You arrive to see the familiar building. Um, you don't see the familiar bouncers outside, but you do see the stairwell that leads down to the entryway.
Yeah, I'm just walking in.
Cool. You go down the stairs, grab hold of the door, locked.
No one's around.
Doesn't seem to be anyone here. Like there's no bouncers.
I mean, you want me to pick it or maybe bang on it first?
Yeah, let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door pretty loudly.
All right, you knock on the door, a little louder. Don't hear any response from deeper within.
Oh. Maybe the
There
voice
are
is done. What's that?
hold on, Sean. There are windows to this establishment, right? Like there are upper floors.
There's upper floors that would have windows into the building,
Yeah.
but down below there are no windows, right?
Uh-huh.
Because it's like a
I'll
subterranean section.
throw Chorby up to basically just sideways circle the building, looking into the windows to just give a yes or no on anything that's inside, right? Like, is there
Yeah,
any sign of anybody in this building? That's an easy enough task.
yeah. Some of the windows are covered, others are open to see through. Um, The portion of the building that's like directly above, you don't see anyone inside. There's a like an adjacent building that's slammed up against it, right? Because a lot of a lot of the stuff here is all connected. That there are people, and it looks like this is like their living quarters, right? They're going about whatever business they have during their day, whether they're cooking, reading, taking care of their children, whatever
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
like a boarding house.
Yeah, just like homes or nearby. A couple people live in the building that's directly connected adjacent to. But as far as this particular building that you would consider like the Platinum Pigeon and what's above, there doesn't appear to be like anyone.
Yeah. I guess once Torby comes back and does the like the just like holds out a fist and makes the fist with his little fingers do the like no head motion since he can't really shake his head. It's just a fucking cauldron. I'll look and say, well, I mean, Chor didn't see nothing. So do you want to leave it or you want to go in and see?
Well, I mean, if no one's here, no one's here. There's nothing to see. Perhaps Councilman Redstream was able to accomplish more than he let on.
Could ask the gods.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think we do what Rainier said now. We go to the guards.
Oh, I meant the people in the front of the building.
There's no like body like there's no
There's no
bouncers
bouncer,
here, but
right?
there's
I
like
thought you
like
said there was
people
somewhere.
live and like walk around here and that sort of stuff.
I
Here.
thought you said there
I
were people
mean,
outside the
I
door.
guess we could ask one of the neighbors actually. Odds are good,
Uh,
even if they weren't paying attention, they'd know if a whole fracas happened.
Yeah, I'll just start asking random people that are walking by or look like they might be from the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Do you know why the pigeon is closed?
What's that?
The Platinum Pigeon, are you familiar with it?
Oh, the Platinum Pigeon. Yes. Yes, I'm aware of it. A den of thievery and ne'er-do-wells.
Yes, absolutely. Horrible. Do you know why they finally closed it?
Well, I might be persuaded to remember something, but my memory's so difficult to manage these days, you see?
I will slide this person a gold piece.
They greedily snatch it up. Yes, I remember now. What was it, yesterday? A shit ton of those militia boys ran in there. Seemed to be some kind of a scuffle, and next thing I knew, they were carrying out a bunch of people, and that was that. No one's been in ever since.
Oh. This gold well earned. Thank you for the information. Did you all hear that? Sounds like this problem may be taken care of on its own.
Rainier visibly sighs with relief.
How do you feel about the safety of your home now, Rainier?
Significantly better.
Not to be completely paranoid, but like threat ain't completely solved, right? It just is it's a good first step. It's promising, but we can't quite fully put it behind us. Don't need to lose sleep over it, but it is a thing we need to keep in the mind if we can.
Might be good to pass word or get word from the militia. Maybe get some idea of the specifics if we can.
Barf Roar was the captain of the guard around here. He'd know.
We can get some more details when we know how permanent a solution this might be.
Yeah, I think we need to. We need to know if the bog ape's actually how far back.
Can we look for a nearby guardhouse then?
Yeah, yeah. The nearby guardhouses,
Sorry.
like
The militia. The guy said the militia. That's not the same as the city guard, though, is it?
technically not. The
Yeah.
guardhouses would be
There's
like at every gate or crossover. There'll be a small guardhouse there. The militia is
That
the
I
main
know.
office of the militia is actually North Bastion. This stronghold here, which is the lawmaster, actually lives there. Who is head of both guard and militia.
Check with close by guards, and then if they don't have an answer, we speak with militia members.
Mhm.
All right.
You want to check by close by guards, yeah?
Yeah.
What was it? Brithroar? What's the
I'll be honest, I did not write it down.
Damn it, Ted! I closed the window that had it.
Roar, Roar was definitely
bel-
the last name. I thought it was Beth Roar.
I think it was Brithroar.
I think it was
Brith Roar. I'm
Brithroar.
sorry. Yes.
Brithroar, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it
Honestly,
was
all I remember
two
is Roar.
names because ROR was the last name.
Yeah, I know the ROR was the last part. Okay, cool. Yeah, you go to one of the local gate offices, ask for uh, Sergeant Brithroar, and he comes down, speaks to you all. What questions do you have for Mr. Brithroar?
We have some.
Uh,
Go ahead.
okay. I was just gonna say what's up with the platinum pigeon, but you probably have a better way to phrase that.
I can tell you what's up with the platinum pigeon. Instead, it's shut down.
So Bergeron arrested, or just it's shut down and he's in the wind.
Well, I was under orders to supervise, but not interfere with militia business. So we made sure any crowds were dispersed that might, block due process and all that. But apparently, Mr. Bergeron pissed off a member of the council and whatever business it is that he has. So the privileges that we've allowed him to carry on with were revoked. Many of his patrons were driven out. Some of his staff who fought were arrested. As to Berggren himself, well, he was not arrested, but no one has seen him since we shut down operations.
What do you mean
Apparently,
no one's seen him?
well, the last thing that we saw was he was looking over his casino in ruins, and then he just walked out into the street. I mean, the man's ruined. He's not allowed to operate a facility like that in the city. Whoever he pissed off wanted to send a strong message.
Okay, so not quite as solved as we'd hoped.
Yeah, that's honestly kind of what I reckoned.
Well, yes, but given the current circumstances, there's really no place to go find Berggren at this point. So,
Yep.
all we can do is go about our business and rest on our considerable skills.
I might be able to.
You know
We have
what?
that scroll,
Perhaps we should
correct?
continue the rest of this conversation in a different location. Thank you so much,
Oh,
Mr.
you?
Raw.
Very welcome. I'm glad the neighborhood is that much safer for him being out of business. I hear they seized all his personal assets in the place as well.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer individual. Thank you so much for your service in this matter.
Hey, also, you should tell your guards that if they see anyone around with sort of paler skin and and I will describe the symptoms that I saw. Those people need to make for the.
Please stop. Please stop describing it in such detail.
Oh, okay,
I
very
mean-
well. And I will minor illusion my neck to display the.
I mean, but do you like want to know about it, or you just
Yeah,
want
the anybody that has that needs to be taken to one of the temples as fast as they can be to be treated.
Okay, very well. I will let any guards in my any guards here know to be on the lookout, and as well as I will tell my superior as well. Just anything to get you to stop describing and looking like your neck is about to come off of you.
Very well. Once again, thank you for your service, both in the Peregrine matter and in instructing your staff to be on the lookout for these individuals. They do need help desperately.
For Bastion and Adari.
I'll salute him as we very like shitty casual as we leave.
Mhm.
We do have that scroll, right? The one that can locate folks, creatures. Is that right?
it, but I don't know how far.
Yeah.
I can also contact him. Same way I contacted Dom. Same way I talked to Laylis last night.
You want to bait him into a meeting, or try?
I mean,
Please, Ember.
I was just gonna say that I I can deliver a short message, and if we say the right thing, maybe we can get him to meet us somewhere.
Now, look, I'm not at all against that. However, I do think we should all be on the same page that if we are baiting Bergren to come meet us after what has happened to his casino, we should all know that it's so that we can murder him, because there will be a
Agreed.
fight.
Agreed.
And once again, not saying I'm against it, just saying that if we are in fact able to contact him, wherever we decide to meet him, he's going to be coming looking to kill us. And at that point, the only way we can stop it is to kill him.
All right, I figured we'd kind of bank on that.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Better than
And-
him, burning down Rainer's house and your family's
Yes.
house.
Weird and tooth at that, but I wonder what this means for Ennui.
Well, sounds like he might have been arrested,
Oh,
or he was down in the market hiding.
I mean, do we need a lackey? I wouldn't mind a lackey. We could have him do shopping and chores and stuff.
Yeah, well, I don't think we need to put in the effort to try to track him down. I think we can just let that come to us if he does.
Or when we got more resources, Amber just shoots him a message too.
Cal, you knew him best. Do you know 25 words that could convince him to leave whatever hole he's hiding in?
Oh, I know less than 25 words that'll get him to leave whatever hole he's hiding in. Calawunax is in this location.
Fair. We could.
Okay,
It
but yeah,
does-
he knows that it's coming from me. So
Does they know
if
it's coming from you?
yes, that's part of the magic. He'll know that it's me sending this
Tell him we
message.
got the book.
You could also tell him you have his money.
Oh, he
I'm
won't
just
believe
saying
that.
Need money.
he knows that I'm close with Cal, so whatever we tell him, yeah, I mean, telling him I'm selling out Cal is probably not going to work.
Right, no, tell him we've got the book. We're sorry for the delay. We may have been spotted as we were leaving, but we're ready to hand over the book. We went to the pigeon and he wasn't there. Where should we meet him?
That's shockingly fucking clever, actually. Goddamn, Cal. That's pretty good.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. I'm not the best liar.
I mean, do you want to? It would it help if you read it from a sheet? That way, you didn't have to like put any kind of inflection in it.
No, probably not. I'll cast sending.
Okay.
I'm rubbing
Need
Ember
these-
Prime's shoulders.
Didn't need these third level slots anyway. It's fine.
Oh God.
Deceitful sending.
Could always tell him to meet us
We-
tomorrow when you have more resources.
Where the fuck are we planning on meeting him, y'all?
Hopefully
house.
outside the city.
Not at my house, actually.
No.
Ooh, Kriaz is like, what about? And the area near my people. It's just like an open area. It's like land. You can't really do much.
Yeah, we want somewhere not very inhabited. Maybe on one of the bridges.
To kill him?
It
mean,
makes it
he's
real
gonna
easy
have-
to dispose of the body afterwards, I guess.
He's
Oh,
gonna have
gosh.
There's
enforcers
guardhouses
with him,
at the
right?
end of every bridge. We were just
Can
told.
he?
At
I mean,
the
I
end,
live outside
yeah.
the city.
Can we?
Could always do
I
it
think we
outside the
can
city.
get back into the pigeon.
I do live
Oh.
outside the city in like the prairie lands, it's just wilderness.
Yeah, meet at Kriaz's house.
So just so you know, like, yes, there are like, yeah, there's little guard outposts here, but like, crime happens in the city, right? It's the city is large
Yes.
enough, like you can go do a thing and not
A
be
murder.
like directly, observed, but be smart about it, right? Like
That's exactly it. We're gonna kill him probably in the city because that's probably where he is. But like, as far as casualties or terrified onlookers, we should minimize the amount of eyes.
To Sprawling
Well,
Road.
I mean, I know it sounds ridiculous, but the Platinum Pigeon is completely empty right now. There were no
What if they go
guards
back
watching it.
searching?
For what?
I don't know.
That's actually a good point.
I do think it might be the best place available to us.
As long as we
Right,
don't
and-
like burn down the nearby houses.
I mean, I just can't think of another place where we might be isolated. Now, getting in might be a problem, but
Well, I could think of a certain establishment that has recently been cleared out and has a
wonderful.
basement somewhat out of the way from prying eyes.
Perfect.
Going back to the half god's kid. All right.
Genius idea. Genius
Can't
idea.
fucking escape that place, can we?
I mean, we cannot, but it is also just like a fucking house. We could take it. I don't think
Oh my
anybody's-
god.
We
Remember
could
how we
just
said we
live
weren't
there.
going to keep the house? It could be our murder house.
we could just
Oh
live
my
there.
god!
That's where it fits all
Like-
our problems.
I don't know if they do deeds here, but
I
like,
love it. We're not murder hobos. We're murder homeowners.
yeah, we're murder homeowners. We lure them into our home.
All our problems just disappear in that hole in the wall.
I love the platinum pigeon, but also we do just have a murder house.
You do, yeah. You have 2 good murder locations in the city.
We got the murder house that nobody knows about because it never showed up on like any criminal reports or anything.
Yeah, it's honestly probably the best place to go because
best
there's
murder
not
house.
really a reason for him to know why that place is hot.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
oh fuck.
We tell him to meet us in the basement.
I will point out, just so you are aware, he has no idea what that place is. You would have to somehow get him there, right?
Tell him to go to the platinum pigeon, then when he's there, we leave directions nailed to the door.
Like a scavenger hunt. A deadly scavenger hunt.
The first thing you need to get is a shovel.
Just to get him real fucking mad.
not
We're
not
gonna
for
put in
any
all this
particular
fucking
reason.
effort to get him here, and he's not gonna come.
Oh no, there's zero reason for this to work.
No, but on the chance that
Oh
it does,
God.
it's worth it, I think.
Yep. Okay.
We also do have some
Let me see.
directions for the half gods get. It had to do with a 3-eyed something or taxidermy something
Goat.
or other.
There was a 3-eyed goat head
Goat.
or something, goat skull.
Yeah.
Fuck if I remember exactly.
Yeah, that's a landmark to lead you to a building nearby, but not the
Oh,
actual
right.
place.
You can also buy a map and just mark an X on it, leave it on
Yeah,
the door.
I mean, you guys know how to get to it, right? Like
Right.
you could do these. I just want to make sure you understood that if you just sent a message to Bergren to say meet us at the Half Gods Get, he would not understand what that meant.
Correct, yeah. We're cooler than him, it
Okay.
sounds
Hey,
like.
if they burn the house
Yes.
down, we just go down into the tunnel and go through the market. Or if he
Uh-huh.
comes up from the market, which he might, because there is just a tunnel access down there.
Oh my god, what if Ember tries to message him and he's been dead by Henri's hands?
Oh my god.
Honestly, problem solved at
Spectacular.
that
Yes,
point.
Right,
yeah,
love
it
it.
would be.
Okay, so are we gonna go back to the fucking pigeon and nail directions to the door?
I'm fucking down for that. I think that might be
Okay.
Yeah.
our best shitty plan.
All right. So the message is Bergren, we got your book. Possibly got spotted making escape. Meet at the Half Gods Get. Directions pinned to the Platinum Pigeon in Spraylent Row. Or wait, no. Half Gods Get it. I'm sorry, I got the words wrong. Half Gods Get in Spraylent Row. Directions pinned to the Platinum Pigeon.
Yep.
It's
Is that 25
fantastic.
exactly?
Uh-huh.
That's amazing.
I'm not trying to metagame at all. Do you want to start it with hi, this is Ember Prime?
No, I actually,
Okay.
she is
Gotcha.
actively
Gotcha.
not doing it.
Right.
This
Yeah.
time.
Gotcha. Just checking. Fantastic.
Okay. Incredible. Incredible.
I did, however, still start it with Bergren's name. So
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
just not
because-
hey.
Right, because you want to make sure you're not talking to the wrong person.
Actually, if I take out the word the, it can be, hey, Bergren, we got your book, possibly got spotted making escape. Meet at Half Gods Get in Spraylent Row. Directions pinned to the Platinum Pigeon.
It'd be funny if he went through our plan of telling the guards first. Just in case violence didn't happen.
Okay.
All right, well, directions are pinned. Let's go.
You receive a response back.
Oh, this will
Oh
be
my
good.
god. Yes.
Yeah, this is going to be great, everybody. Incoming threats to all of our lives. All right.
Okay. Okay. I knew yous had it in you. This is just what I've been waiting for. a little silver lining in the sky. Pigeon's a bit hot. I'll see if I can catch those directions.
I don't even care if he comes with an army at this point. It's fucking great that he, one, has survived, and two, he's coming.
So
All right,
Yeah,
guys, we gotta go. Let's go.
so two things. After we nail the thing to the door, which is just the, I guess, street directions, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
I am going to, as we go from there to the Half Gods Get, draw a map for Chorby that's literally not street lines. It's just straight right, straight right. Like it's just a line, right? Like go straight and then like do the hash marks for like cross streets. And I guess once we get to Half Gods Get, I will ask Cal to show Chorby a picture of or like make an image of Bergren.
Yeah, I'll minor illusion that.
I was like, I'll be like face to face with Chorby. Okay, he's gonna look like that. Or Rainier, will you pull a cloak over your head and just like kind of hunch down and then
He
turn
does
around?
so.
Point at Rainier, or like that. He's gonna be going down those stairs down into there. And then he's gonna turn around and he's gonna have paper in his hand, right? That's how you're gonna know he's gonna have paper in his hand. And then I want you to fly back here immediately and let us know that he found it. And then
And
like
how
show
many
him
people he's with?
okay, that's a bonus, okay? It's a bonus on how many people. We gotta die. We'll get the chart for one, like 5 or many, and you can point to that one. But I'll like hold up the sheet to him. Big focus. You're gonna be able to follow this map back to the pigeon. Sit on a nearby roof. Just give it a watch till you see something, or until I guess come into the area and whistle for you if nothing ever happens.
All right,
And
so
then
you
you're
want
gonna
you want him to watch the pigeon for if Bergeron arrives, and if and when he does, fly to you at
yes,
the okay.
yeah, just follow the like. I'm not actually. I'm making him like a bird's eye map, right? Like if you're looking down at the street from above, it's just these lines, right? Like go forward this one, then right over here. Like a flight line so he can make it back to here and also make it to the platinum pigeon. I'll tell him
Okay.
if he can't find the platinum pigeon to just come back because that means he won't be able to do the directions. Because
Okay.
this is the first time I've tried to give him. He's got an intelligence of 10, so like
He's
he
got
can do it.
intelligence of 10, which is pretty good. It's fairly complex instruction, but it's not insane, you know.
Yeah.
The
The test
real
will
the
be if he can make it there, then that's fine. If he gets lost on the way, then he could just like come back.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like the real problem is just the moving from place to place and knowing exactly how to get there. That might be difficult. He's flying, which makes it easier for him to not get stuck on anything. You know what I mean? But yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some time to work with him on it. Like show him a map, explain like what it looks like from above
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the
yeah. I
best
mean,
of my
it,
knowledge.
it all gets you so far. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I understand what you are trying to do. That's the thing that's important. Okay. A potential lookout warning, early warning system. You leave directions on the Platinum Pigeon, and then you all go stake out inside the Half Gods Get or outside it.
Inside, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean, there is a murder basement down there.
You
Okay.
could leave one person outside to greet him and bring him down to the basement
I think that's
I'll
a
greet
good
him.
choice.
Probably Ember, right?
or Krios. He
Krios volunteered.
I mean, but Ember's the one who contacted him.
Does he know Krios?
Fair point.
Doesn't he? No, I thought
Yeah,
he.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We
we've
didn't
all
meet
met.
Berger until after we met Krios.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Because when Bergren showed up at the house, at Rainier's house, that was Krios was with us by then.
Okay.
I am going to harness divine power and get a second level spell slot back.
Cool. Okay, so Krios is hanging out outside. The rest of you are somewhere inside the house. Okay. Okay. It is, just so you're aware, it's like 9 in the morning as you have set all this stuff in motion. Any other specific plans? Because you're essentially just waiting to see if he fully takes the bait and what happens.
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I think Cal will stick real close to the front door, probably actually ducking in and out, trying to stay inside, but ducking out just to make sure Krios is still out there from time to time.
Okay.
I'll spend the day getting some healing potion construction hours in. Start cutting down some of the 24 hours.
Or can't you make that as part of a long rest with your alch tools? Or is that a different
Can
thing? I don't know.
I
Can
don't.
Can you?
Maybe. I'll look it up for later then. I know Xanathar's made tools better. And made it so you can do
If you want to
stuff.
check there to see if it talks about it. I think maybe the herbalism kit talks about it as well.
Ragnarok will read his book on etiquette
Okay.
because I have nothing better to do.
Hey. 2 hours pass. And Chorby shows up. Chorby is, through whatever methods you have described or allowed for, is indicating that Berggren or someone in a cloak, somebody went to the pigeon, got the instructions.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I needed from him.
Okay.
Confirmation, then come back. Just because we need to know if he took the first part of the bait.
Hey, did we ever see the book while we were at the dude's place? Like, did we
Nope.
ever actually?
We
Okay.
did not.
I did go on like a little thing. Did I see the book?
You did not.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. You do
We'd
know.
been told it was like kept somewhere special anyway, and we
Yeah.
were like in a guest house.
Yeah. Though you are aware of like what you're all aware of what like the symbol on the cover of the book would be, should inquiries wish to be made at some point. Okay. Krios, make perception check for me.
Blind as a bat.
Another hour passes. It's approaching midday. As you sense someone is behind you. You're not sure how they got the drop on you, but someone is on your backside. You feel a pressure in your side, and you feel like a body close to you, and a gruff voice say, "You looking for me?" And you know there's a dagger at your side right now.
Mhm.
Been watching you.
Ooh, for real?
Don't see no one else.
It's okay. You only need to see me right now. It's okay. It's okay.
Where's the lizard?
The lizard. Cow. That's who you mean. Okay. Oh, do you want to go see the rest of the people? Okay. And he doesn't like try to necessarily move away from him. He just not just without worry, just walks around and just follow me.
Yeah, the pressures set away, and you see a cloaked Bergrin, looking a little disheveled. Um, got a bit of a like 5 o'clock shadow. You can smell alcohol on his breath. He looks
In his,
around. Go on.
I was gonna say in his language, gonna be like, fallen pretty far, have we?
He snorts at you. He responds in Orcish. I don't know this place. What is this?
All you need to know is nobody is around. You have nothing to worry about.
Make a deception check. You are absolutely lying to this man.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh.
that tracks. That tracks.
I didn't even think about it. I was literally just thinking about the guards.
Glass at the door.
You're completely safe. Wink.
You you see him. His eyes narrow at you, and he looks around the neighborhood a little bit, and no shit with a nat 1 insight check on his part, looks at you and in Orcish says, "Yeah, all right."
I throw my arm over his shoulders and I like pull him tighter to me. I'm like, see, look, which it's all gonna be like, and I just walk inside with him.
Cool. He follows behind you. It is very important to know where everyone is in this moment.
I would like to hold the door open for him and shut it behind him,
Okay.
not to let him shut it.
There is a in this place in the upper rooms, which there are not maps for. There's like there's like the receiving room where like there's like a couch and some chairs and stuff like that where you guys sat and had tea with Pella. There's like a kitchenette connected to it. In between that space are the stairs, right? It's all kind of like open up, right? They're not separate rooms down here. Um, there is the stairwell on one side that goes upstairs, and then in that stairwell is the door that leads down to the cellar. Um, in the bottom portion, there's very little room for hiding unless you're behind furniture. or trying to like do something else. So, where is everyone?
I would like to be in the first room as like on the wall that the door is on, but not right next to the door. Just kind of in a corner.
Okay,
Yeah, I
The
think
plan,
go
the
on.
plan was the basement, right? Or
We
did
we
someone say that as I forgot the word. Suggestion.
we'd suggested the basement. I just want to make sure that we have at least more than one person on his back when we bring him in, if we decide to take him to the basement.
I think Cal's probably going to be in that first room, particularly having already stated that I was checking on Kriaz pretty frequently.
This is true.
Yes, I'm at the top of the stairs. I don't think we're gonna get him to go down the stairs regardless of anything. So I think Ember would be waiting at the top of the stairs to the basement. So I'm not visible from that first room, I believe.
Okay, top of the stairs, upstairs. Is anybody like hiding actively?
No.
I'm sorry, I meant top of the stairs to the basement, so I'm still on the ground level with everyone.
Door open to the basement or door closed to the basement?
Open, I guess.
Actually, I think that door. I think you fucked that door up.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's
We did,
gone.
I think there was a door we destroyed.
There was definitely
It was
a
that
door
one.
there. I think that door is broken on the hinges, but still like present. But I know the one downstairs was like obliterated. Okay, okay. Bergen walks in, takes a tentative step, looks around. Cal, you're here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God, Bergen. We checked the pigeon and it's been shuttered. Listen, we
Yeah,
don't.
no.
We we took all the care we could, but I still don't feel comfortable up here. You know, where people could potentially be looking in on the windows. There's a comfortable lounge downstairs. Well, why don't we all head down there? We'll be out of sight.
Sure. He looks around at the lot of you. Are any of you like brandishing your weapons or anything?
No.
I'll keep mine put away right now.
Okay. Um, due to the nature of this, you are persuading him, but you are also deceiving him at the same time.
Mhm.
So give me a persuasion check and a um, deception check. Yeah, no. Somebody must have tipped someone off about something.
I'm
They hit the
gonna use
pigeon.
an
I don't even
inspiration
know
for
who's.
that.
I don't even know who's behind it. They took everything from me. Whoever it is, I'm gonna get them back. But this here, this will be on the right path to setting things good again.
Right, well, let's get out of view so that we can take care of this.
Looks around again. You got the book though, yeah?
Absolutely.
Can I see it?
Absolutely. When we go downstairs, that's where we've put it. We didn't want to have it on us should anyone burst in here. We've hidden it good.
Yeah, all right.
I'll start heading downstairs. And I'm just heading to that lounge area that's down there.
Yeah. He follows behind you. You head down the stairs. You can see him. He stops for a moment and like notes the door. Kind of like scuffs a little bit, like scoffs a bit, follows down the stairs, stops at the strange mechanism with the weird skull on it, kind of points at it. The fuck is this?
Well, not all of my pursuits are suitable for the Cleftinthula estates.
All right. You got secrets, all right. Steps into the other chamber that had been fireballed. While there are no bodies, it is very clear something happened here. He lets out a long whistle in between his little tooths. Well,
Teefums.
his little toothums. Well, something went down here, isn't that right?
Absolutely.
What is this place?
Oh, well, just a bit of a hideout in the city should things get hot. I'm sure you're familiar with the concept. You know, you're standing awfully close to my friend, Kriaz. It's making me uncomfortable. Why don't you relax and drop whatever weapons you might have on you? And I'm using the voice of a Gaul.
Using the voice.
Yeah. So
Okay.
to be clear, the rest of us are following along behind, I presume.
I am. I'd like to be the last one.
That would be my
following.
understanding.
I was gonna
that
ask,
you're
what is
all-
our marching order as we're filing in?
I would like
Because
to be behind him, like
Okay.
shoulder to shoulder.
I would try to go further back with Rainier.
I'd be in the middle. I don't want to crowd him.
Yeah.
Also, just an FYI, Sean, I know you're like, this is shitty, but I may as well just say it right off the bat. Silvery barbs, just in case it's necessary.
You don't have to. If you read your ability, it is very powerful. They have to make the save with disadvantage.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I'm basically giving, I'm waiting. I'll obviously wait to see the results, right? But if it,
Yeah, technically it works.
right.
You're
Right. It
imposing
would,
it
it
on
would
the
still
stack
trigger. Right.
afterwards. Yeah.
Right.
He does fail.
Okay.
So you can save your spell slot for the silvery
Oh.
barbs. He looks at you and says, "Yeah, right. I just had this dagger here," and drops the dagger to the ground.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm glad you're making me nervous. You know,
You want me to sit right here?
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
Lay down on the ground if you don't mind.
Just have a seat.
Okay, now close your eyes and think of the rabbits.
Oh,
Now face the wall.
look at the flowers.
Now, I'm curious. You said that you're in fact ruined. There's no secret stash anywhere that we should know about?
Well, I got a little something tucked away. Yeah, I mean, of course.
Well, you know, once you have this book, whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be a pittance. And given the damage that's been done to your reputation already, maybe you should hand that over to us so that we could start a charity for all these refugees from Karakara.
Charity. Yeah, there are a lot of them coming in now, isn't there?
Yes, absolutely. And what will you need for this once you have the book? Why don't you tell us where it is?
The book.
No, your pittance of remaining wealth.
Oh, my stash. Yeah.
Yes.
He gives you directions to a house and like a flop house, and explains to you that there's like a squeaky floorboard, and then underneath of that he has hidden away a bit of coin.
Ask him if it's trapped.
Wonderful. What was that, Merv?
Is that trapped?
Oh, that's an excellent question. Anything we should be worried about, either getting in the house or getting to the floorboard? Any traps at all?
Oh, I mean, no. Why would I trap? I mean, it's for me to get.
Yeah, that
Understood,
sounds
but
about right.
I mean, Bergren, you of all people should know that I'm not exactly the best with money, so you'll have to
I'm hitting
excuse.
it well, okay, but I trust you. Yeah. This is
Yeah,
for them
well-
refugees.
It is for the refugees. Well, you know, Bergren, I know this is unusual, but I'm still feeling a bit unsafe, and I think, given our history, you might understand why. You've been really violent to me in the past. And I'll let me just make sure I've actually got it before I. Yeah, I will throw some rope at his feet. If you could tie your feet together and then allow one of my compatriots to tie your hands together, I'd feel so much safer.
Okay, but I mean, how's I'm? You're gonna have to untie me when I get my book and leave. I mean, that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, oh,
Right,
absolutely.
right.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
This is just, I mean, last time I tried to do something right, which was to arrange to pay you, you broke my finger. So you can understand why I'd be a little concerned here about giving you this book that you requested and
Okay.
returning you to your life. It's just to make me a bit more comfortable, Bergren.
I gotta be honest with you. I feel bad about that. Okay, I would never do something like that to you. Okay.
Understood.
Say burger, and while you're tying yourself up, just some, like, so just a fun chat, right? Like, you got any family?
Hmm.
Well, I
Like,
mean, I
any
got Cal.
aunties? Right. Oh, yeah, of course. We all think of Cal as a bit of our family, don't we? I like nudge, but like, you got any like aunties, uncles, illegitimate children,
Nah.
mistresses?
Well, I mean, not here in
What's the male
not here
version
in
of a
Bastion.
mistress? Meister.
You know, a lot of my family didn't want to join the rest of society, let's say.
Right. So you don't got any like, connect. You got any like paramours? Any like big romances going on?
You see his bottom lip quiver a little bit?
Hmm.
No, it turns out that without the pigeon, I'm all alone. And ain't quite really good for nothing anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I need this book. Okay, it's gonna set me straight.
Now, actually,
What does
while
it
we're
do?
yeah, what is that book exactly?
Oh, if you
Like,
read this book, and it's a special book, his magic only works every 100 years or so. You can speak so eloquent to people that they listen to what you say. You can make something of yourself with it. Really move up in society, become better than you was. You know, I don't always want to be criminal. I want to go legit, but this is a lot that we have in life.
how many? I mean, I get it. It's hard out there, right? I killed a few people myself. How many people you gone and killed doing your business?
I mean, a lot, right?
Right, a lot. Yeah, like a lot for selfish reasons. You'd say you probably feel bad about that.
Well, they entered into a agreement with me for money, and then didn't pay the
And
money,
they didn't pay you, and you just
and then I killed them because I mean
right.
they knew that was the risk.
Okay, I got some. Here's another thing. You're gonna think this is weird. Cal might have to run it by you real quick because he's got a better.
Is these knots right?
Right. Yeah. No. After you finish the knots, I'm gonna just stuff your ears full of some wax I got. Right. That way you can hear better. I like as he's saying it, he like looks at Cal and like shakes his head like you say it.
Oh, yes. Merv is absolutely marvelous with bombs and salves and such. And
Real
he's
dynamo.
developed this waxy material that greatly improves your hearing, and you're probably not aware of it because you are the one with the hearing problem. But we've been speaking rather loudly this entire time.
Yeah.
It's getting rather tiresome. So if you'll just allow Merv to rub a little bit of this in your ears. And I'd sort of shrug at Merv, like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, I go and start putting wax in his ears.
Oh, careful! I got infection on this side.
Right. Okay, before we get this other one in there, anybody got any questions for our
Can you?
friend?
You can still hear me though, right?
Yeah, we could still hear you, bud. It's all good. Anybody got any questions while he could still hear us?
Oh my god.
God, I wish Dom was here.
Okay, actually, one final thing. If you could ballpark a figure for us on how many innocent people you killed, how many you think? Talking like 12, 24,
Well,
36.
innocence pretty subjective in my line of work,
It
right?
isn't, but
You know, it's
yeah,
we enter into financial
Good.
agreements.
right. How many of those then?
Financial agreements.
Right. I mean, that ended in death for one of the parties. Yeah,
Oh, in death, a dozen.
dozen. And if you figure like,
Merv.
Hmm? Yeah, I'll go ahead and plug the other
yeah.
okay, bud. Before I go in, what's gonna also happen is I'm gonna take a bit of like some of this tent I got here. I'm gonna cut a strip, right, and we're gonna just cover your eyes with it so you can see better, because it's magic or
Okay,
whatever.
that doesn't. A lot of this isn't making a lot of sense for me to
No,
get
it
my
won't,
book.
right? Yeah, it won't. You just gotta trust the process. Cal, tell him to trust the process. Hold on, Cal. Tell him to be calm. Tell him to face it gracefully. What else will help? Tell him to think about his loved ones.
Bergeron, we have a beautiful friendship. I'm glad you're here at this moment. Truly, truly glad you're here.
You know, I'm glad you're here too, Cal. You know, I was actually hoping that after all this and we were straight, you didn't owe me no more money and anything like that. I was hoping we'd be able to, make amends, maybe work together, do something here.
I'm sure we could have done something great, Bergeron. Now, why don't you try on the new visor that my friend Merv here has created? It's a little weird at first, but once you get adjusted to it, it does wonders for your eyesight.
Oh, well, anything for you, buddy.
I'm gonna plug his other ear up at this time,
Um,
then wrap the strip around his eyes.
Once his ears are plugged, I'm just gonna sort of ask to anyone, any idea the best way to do this? And I pull out a coin.
I mean, the most
Everybody
humane
at
is
the same
bolt in the
time.
back of the head if you're okay with doing it, or a clean cut would also be humane. We don't need to be cruel, right? I ain't gonna do with fucking fire or acid.
I wouldn't bring out the coin in the case that he's waiting to make a deal.
That's a good point. And we're against your original plan of making him turn himself in now, right? So
Yeah.
just making sure.
Yeah, I mean, I
guys.
think too many people have brought up that even though the militia has bankrupted him, we don't know who he may have had paid off on the city guard. At this point, look, I'm half tempted to set up a noose and just put him in it, let him hang.
That ain't humane. Like,
I have my
Come on, you
crossbow
gotta-
in my hands.
will you
Ragnarok
please,
pulls out his
Brimir? Like,
longsword.
he doesn't need to suffer. He's a bad guy who needs to die, but he doesn't need to fucking suffer. Just
I like the
Agree.
rhymes,
be
Merv.
done with this.
Right.
Agree,
Listen,
but we've
I agree.
had hours to discuss this previously. Can we just handle it?
To be honest, I didn't know if the voice or whatever was gonna work on him, and it did, and I'm suitably impressed. So yeah, you want to handle it?
Can I swing now?
I mean, by all means, yeah. I just don't want you to do anything that's not right with your conscience.
I'm gonna go in the other room before you do that.
Yeah, if
luck.
anybody ain't comfortable with it, you go in the other room.
I
and
just don't
stay
want to see it.
blameless.
That's all.
That's fine.
I don't disagree with what's happening. I just don't want to get splattered.
Ragnarok will raise the sword.
I
And
pull out
wait for
claws.
Ember to leave.
One moment. I will instruct. I'll pull out a piece of wax. Say, Bergren, gonna cast a little spell to enhance the effects of this visor. It's going to be necessary in order for you to read the text in the book. We've opened it and couldn't see a thing, so this will enhance your eyesight. Just allow this to take effect.
Oh, hey, Kev,
Yeah.
you like blueberry tea?
I do like blueberry tea.
I was thinking, right? After
Yeah, I'm
this
gonna muzzle him.
book, you know,
Mhm.
empowers me, and I can do something with my life, and we help these refugees.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you and I bankroll like a tea shop or something, you know?
Tea shop. That's a wonderful idea.
Yeah. Always been fond of blueberry tea.
Well, here we go. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on him.
Yes.
He can't see what's happening, right? Like he
Right.
fails, you know?
He's
He's
blind, deaf,
Right.
bound,
Right.
on the ground,
And then-
fairy fire.
Right. And then
Krios, keep the claws out.
I'm just going to back up.
Claws are gnarly, Krios. Maybe the spear, but like, let's
I'm
try to
ripping
do
his
this
throat out.
clean.
Yeah. If everyone's ready, I'm gonna swing the sword at his neck.
Oh,
Going
then no.
for-
If he's swinging at his neck, I'm taking the glaive out. Then I'm just gonna play like poke a hole.
I'm
Yeah,
going
that's
for a
kinda
quick
what I was
death there,
proposing,
Krios.
yeah.
I'll follow Ragnarok.
Okay, I'll do the count on 3. Everybody who wants a piece of this action, you can get in. I'm gonna watch because this is on my conscience as well. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Sean, do you want us to roll and whittle down his HP, or can we just role play this?
You all take part in something here. I believe I am correct in saying it is a dark mark on each of you. Whether you believe it is correct or not, how this has been done will stay with all of you and come at you in your dreams for the rest of your lives.
Oh, it's real bad.
Yeah.
Murph's fine.
I'm gonna keep that clear conscience with the killed 12 other people hold bit. I think we're
Yeah.
good. We're fine here, actually.
Ragnarok believes that desperate men will do desperate things, and he's
I
putting
got-
a stop to future.
I got true neutral, baby. I get to decide.
I'm
I
also
called an
definitely just
audible on this
watching.
one.
I'm watching the sword get swung and cleaning up any mess afterwards,
Yeah.
but
Berggren is no more.
This whole session turned into a massacre.
We burn this fucking building down now. I don't want
For
it
the
anymore.
last fucking time, fire
Yeah, I don't
spreads.
want. I mean, we can watch it and make sure it doesn't, right? Like, get some
I feel
water.
like they would know who did it at that point.
we burn it down, where will we take care of the rest of our problems?
Oh, sake, you're right. Okay, what do we do with the corpse?
See, this we can
Oh.
bring to the militia. If
Wait,
we even give a shit about that, because we
Man,
can
Krios-
just walk the fuck out of here and go do something else.
Yeah, we leave
Krios
here.
throws a hand up and is like, "This man said something that really confused me.
Go ahead.
He got turned in before we made it there. We didn't speak to anybody, and from my understanding, the last person we spoke to was Cal when he caught the little henchman guy that worked for him and was like, if you want to work for somebody better, basically you can come work for us." And
But
then this happened.
that was like
Yeah,
10
but-
hours ago.
Yeah.
Like,
Also,
12 hours
we
ago.
talked to the councilman with the book. Remember?
Yeah,
Told
we
him that
fucked him
Bergren wanted
right
to
up.
steal. Yeah.
Also,
And
the
Although
guards,
Krios
now-
the guards confirmed that they went there due to
Mhm.
council orders.
Yeah.
okay,
we
well,
tattled like immediately, which turns out great decision. Being a
Mhm.
narc, maybe okay contextually.
okay. Then Krios just goes back to being brain dead. And just listening to the wind.
Yeah, I mean, I say we dump him in the acid hole over there. It doesn't have acid in it; it's just a hole, so it's kind of like underneath the floorboards, so we just fuck off.
Yeah, can you just do what you did to Pella?
No, I mean, I don't got anything personal against him. If
I
you
know, but
want it
it's-
done, just to be done with it, then
Let's say it's a clean way to just, well, clean being relative
it
here,
ain't clean.
but clean being relative here. But it's a
If
good
he
way to
gets
dispose of a
discovered, then the
body.
militia knows that he's no longer being hunted.
Right,
It
and
doesn't
I
hurt
don't
us to
think
leave this body.
we ain't gonna be connected to this house in any way if we'd never come back.
Then should we exit through the underground?
I mean,
Merv,
Oh, we have already been seen coming in.
yeah,
I know this is a weird question given what's going on, but a thought just occurred to me. I know you have lots of strange skills, and I don't know that it would come up much in the bog, but any chance you've got any forgery skills?
I don't think so.
Doesn't Ember
Anyway?
Prime forge things?
Anyone here have any forgery skills? Oh, I see what you've done there. Well done.
That took me way longer than it should have.
I mean, is forgery tools artisan tools?
They are a kind of artisan tool, I believe. Yeah.
I mean, give me an hour and I could make some. I don't know if I'd be good with them, but I could do it.
Now we
Can we
really need
please-
Dom here.
Yeah. Just leave him here. Right. We're done. This is done.
We
No
we
one's
even
gonna
got
really-
more than we could have asked for.
Yeah, we'll
by
fucking
knowing-
crush this. I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Woo!
Well, do you think it's worth taking the hour so that you can make these forgery tools and then writing a little note saying something to the effect of, I, Pelaspheric, hereby hand over the deed to the building at this address to Kalawunax Clethintilar. This charity that we're going to set up is going to need a headquarters.
portal to the
I mean, yeah, there's a
If anything, try to buy the platinum pigeon later.
Fair
This
enough.
place is. Yeah. I don't think that's a good idea.
We may not even need to buy it. We could potentially convince the council to take it over and turn it into a charity.
Very well. I don't think we should just leave a corpse lying around. Who knows what could lead back to us. and I will cast Create Bonfire on the corpse.
Well, that'd do it.
All right. Take some time, but you have time. You can recreate the bonfire as often as possible to leave nothing but cinder and ash behind.
Well, now that that's done, anyone want to make a quick jaunt out to this flop house and look for a squeaky floorboard?
Fun.
Yes.
Right, we head to the flop house and look for a squeaky floorboard.
Hell yeah, you recover 250 gold pieces, baby.
Fantastic.
There's one little thing in the bag.
Sorry, how much was that? I had to let the dog inside.
250 gold.
250. Okay.
And there's a little, like a smaller pouch within that pouch of gold.
This is going to be heartbreaking.
When inspected, it's herbs. Smells like a tea.
Ooh. Yeah, Sarad's cow.
Oh. That'll be the first tea that I serve at the tea shop I open out of spite.
Early afternoon in the city of Bastion, your pockets a little heavier, consciences maybe a little clearer. What do you all do?
Slayer's Guild?
Yes, I think that's an excellent idea. Rainier, do you need to stop by the church and let anyone know what's... Oh, actually, didn't occur to me, but considering what we just did in there, do you think it's a good idea that we let anyone know?
I'll go speak with him.
Very well.
I'll go with you.
Oh, we're not all going?
I
I don't
mean,
see
may
why
as
we
well,
ought
I
to.
guess.
I think a
I
few
mean-
of you have shown disinterest before, and it'll be crowded, refugees and all.
Plus, we can get two things done at once.
Very well.
Quayaz, want to go to the Slayer's Guild with me?
Sure.
Do you want to go with us, or do you want to go back to your tent?
I mean, is that an option?
I think it always is.
I'd like a thinking day. That kind of sounds nice. If
You can
y'all
go
don't,
back to the. You can go back to my house.
alrighty. Yeah, I'll be there. Like I said, it'd be good for me to have a day to do some thinking and working.
Okay, cool. Heading to the church. What is it that you'd like to accomplish there? One thing to note, you do see there's a lot of refugees in lined up, like way more than this place can feasibly handle. There's a lot of the paladins keeping order, so there's more of an order here than there was just like out in the streets. Um, you do see that the paladins here are you can tell that they are like on guard Um, more so than like they're clearly keeping order, but like you can tell by their body language that like it's possible something has happened to keep them on edge, where they are actively looking around for threats in this crowd. But people are being handed, like food and what clothing can be done, what healing can be done. There's more people than healing is even possible to do in months of time, right? And that's not just this church, that's any of the other temples you see. The streets are crowded and flooded. On your way to the church, you also continue to hear people complaining about, buying things and that sort of degree. Um, at the church, what do you want to do?
I go and look for Jaras.
Cool. You find him. He asks, "What is it that I can do for you?"
Well, we cleared out as best we could, the path outlined by the children of the Dark Sire, those disciples of Gaul.
Did you
Have
retrieve the reading that the bishop asked for?
retrieved it and destroyed it.
Destroyed it. But you
Anyone
still
who
have a copy, yes?
none that would do any good to anyone. The readings invested a curse, and completing the readings provided a power from Gaul. If you did not complete the readings, you were taken to another place, your soul stolen. With the destruction of the artifacts of power, the vestiges that provided, anyone who was trapped or was about to be trapped was freed. So destroyed. Yes.
Okay, that's a lot you've described. Um, I only know that the bishop was asking for you to retrieve the manuscript and make sure that he had the only copy, but you're saying you've destroyed all the copies and apparently artifacts related to it. I'm not exactly sure what to report back to him other than failure.
You can report that he will not be receiving the manuscript he requested.
Very, very, very well.
Is everything all
Yeah.
right here?
Oh, I no, this refugee crisis is pretty taxing us pretty heavily. I mean, we're doing everything that we can, but more keep arriving every day. We just don't have. We're not prepared for this. I mean, if we had months to prepare, then we could have been. But um, it's just kind of day by day. We're helping who we can.
Some of the kids out there seem spooked. Anything happen?
Yeah, yeah. Um, somebody had some kind of episode. Um, violent. There was some kind of tar or something. Um, another person started screaming, and um, from what I understand, I wasn't there to see it, but from the rumors I'm hearing, they grew a few extra metallic appendages and began attacking people nearby. I don't really understand what it is that's happening, but some of these people aren't right.
Look at Ember.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a couple of sick people in the streets. I tried to do, I mean, I can do a little more today. Um, I didn't know what else to do. This is the only place they could be helped. I mean, not here specifically, but
I mean, the Light of Lathander is trying to cleanse everyone as best that it can, but there's so many, and um, well, the Brotherhood is on edge because they're trying to keep everybody safe. There's I mean, we've reported to other temples, and they're experiencing the same things. Um, the council is aware of this apparently, but they're waiting to make a final decision until a few days from now.
Ember Prime determined that you can visibly detect those who are in worse cases than others. Get infection in the veins visible under the skin.
Mhm.
Those need to be handled first.
Yeah, you'll see it moving a lot.
They ask you for like details and take a few notes.
You do have a copy of the thing that I made, Ember.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
I,
A little like
this is
written
best
pamphlet.
best as we figure. I hope it helps.
They kind of they look at it, shake it around. I okay. I can give this to someone. Ugh, that's weird.
Oh, no. It was the written thing.
Oh, the
The
written
notes
thing.
on it.
I got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I still got the sample, but that isn't a no, we'll save that for the council. But yeah, I have a like written thing that I was passing to Ember as I was like figuring stuff out.
Cool. Yeah, they take whatever notes that you can give them.
Yeah. And I did technically make a copy.
I mean, how are you all? I mean, it sounds like you kind of went through it.
We found the bodies of a couple of um well wait, we already told did you already tell him, Rainier, that
I nod.
oh yeah, you already know that. Never mind. Never mind.
All in a day's work.
Well, it sounds like you did a good thing. Personally, um, I don't think the bishop will necessarily see it that way, but
No, but that's not for him to decide.
it is there anything else? I have things I need to get taken care of.
You're busy. Good to meet you. I'll be
All
seeing you
right,
around.
I hope so. Exiting out of the church. We'll jump
I
over.
am while we are on our way out, Ember Prime I will use all 3 of my second level slots to continue to cast Lesser Restoration on the worst that I see, like the worst 3 people.
Cool. Yeah. You see 3 people that have like the markings, but you don't. They don't respond in the same effect of like violent tar vomit. They do cough into like a rag, and there's some black liquid, but it's hasn't progressed far enough for them.
While
You.
she's doing that, I will
Mhm.
take the guards who are like the paladins nearby and tell them what is happening and what she's doing, and if any of them have vestige of power as like proper paladins, tell them to do the same to those who look the same.
Yeah, they inform you that they have been actually,
Okay.
but they say, look, we've been doing our best. I've assisted as many people as I can today. I've been doing this for a few days now, but there's just no end.
Little by little, you're doing good.
Thank you. They seem to appreciate the encouragement behind it. Um, Cool. Jumping over to the Slayers Guild. You two walk in, and in this guild here, right? It's kind of like there's an open kind of receiving area and like front tavern, and then there's like a members tavern area, kind of like deeper within. And you know, like membership here also means like you could stay here as well as that sort of thing. Um, the two of you come in, and it's always a little bit rowdy in the Slayers guild. The people here like any concerns for whatever is happening out in the world in Bashan, the city proper, it does not exist inside here. These people are only concerned with getting monsters, getting money, getting drunk, right? Having a good time with it all. Um, yeah, and you see that there are there's a small crowd around a few people currently, and they seem to be telling like a story, and you catch that they say, "All right, so we're out there in the fields, and we're thinking it's just a couple kobolds, right? How bad could things be?" They start setting up these weird devices out there. We take a few down, but I mean, the numbers were. How many were there? I don't know, 2 dozen? Well, 2 dozen of them. They're setting up these strange things, and they all start chanting, and I'm cutting them left and right, and I just can't get enough of them to stop chanting. Before we know it, an explosion of energy, and then there's just nothing but fire. And the person telling this, you can see like their armor is scorched. They have ash marks and their like burn marks on like their hair is burnt. Their long, beautiful hair is burnt a bit. Their fellows all look like dirty, disheveled, burnt, like they've been in like a room that has exploded. Right? It's very like Acme esque. Um, and they say, worst part is they got a new Gary, and they hold there's a burnt chunk of an arm that they hold up. Fucking dragons, man. You believe that shit? We were only paid for kobolds, not dragons. We ran out of there as fast as we could. And every the people around are like, "Oh my god. Dragons? Are you kidding me? That's crazy. You're lucky to get out of there with your lives." And the thing kind of settles and quiets down a little bit. Um, one of the attendants nearby who had been listening to the story turns and notices the two of you. Oh, what can I help you with?
Hi. I don't know if you remember us, but we're adventurers looking for a score, and we're seeing what jobs are available right now.
Oh, all right. Let's take a look here. Have you said that maybe I remember you? Have you been here before?
Just once.
Oh, you're not currently engaged in any contracts?
Uh, Not currently, but we'd love to be.
Oh, all right. Let's take a look here. How many will there be? Just the two of you?
Oh, 6.
Six.
Yeah, we
Okay.
have a nice little group.
All right. Would you consider yourselves fairly skilled individuals?
I'd like to think so.
Have
Yes.
you ever taken down a dragon?
That would be a first.
Well, apparently one of our jobs did turn sour, as you might have heard. The outcast there had a bit of an issue with some kobolds. Turns out there was more to it than met the eye.
About
The
this wagon, uh, approximately how old?
He turns and says, Stefan, how old was that dragon you figure? Well, I don't know, based by the size of it, certainly not an adult. I mean, otherwise we wouldn't have been here at all. Youngish? Youngish? Hard to tell when
And
you're running, though. The attendant turns to you and goes, There you are, youngish dragon.
and I remember this listing from before. Now that there's a dragon involved, does that increase the payout?
Oh, well, this particular job, if you're talking about the one with the kobolds, I mean, the kobolds technically have been taken care of, but now that there's a different creature involved, I mean, technically it's a different job at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
There'd be a fee of taking out the dragon, and then, I mean, depending if the dragon has a lair, or maybe they have a horde they've worked up to, could be very lucrative. Also, very dangerous.
Oh, very dangerous. Okay, so we have that listing. Any others?
Well, let's see. We still have a request from, um, yes, here it is. There's a brewery in town, the Lush Bottom. The owner of it still wishes to get specialized ingredients for a drink of theirs. It's, blood of a creature or something like that. I don't know. You'd have to look into the details on the actual job itself, but seems pretty straightforward. Ingredient harvesting and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Let's see here. Oh, interesting. It seems there's a new request in. There's a. Hmm. It seems near the bogs. There's issues with a hag of some kind. Yeah, seems some kind of woman has been seen trying to tempt children.
Mm.
There's
Mm.
already been a few missing, from what we gather.
Mm. That is unfortunate.
Hmm.
You said a
Agree.
bog?
Yes, the marshlands.
Where Move is from.
Ah, think we should tell
Um,
Merv that one.
I mean, we're gonna tell them all of them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Any others?
Seems all there is at the current moment, but you can always stop by later. Now, baseline here, it looks like the hag is offering flat fee of 500 gold, or of course anything you scavenge along the way. Any children rescued is additional 100 gold on top of everything. The ingredients are. Looks like she's increased the price of this. Uh, this is 400 gold up front, and then there's apparently harvesting that can be done for additional costs. And then the dragon itself, well, if it's a young dragon, then you'd be looking at almost 1,000 gold. for something like that, bringing back the scales and the head, try not to damage the creature too badly. Then, of course, if it has a horde of its own, that is your prize.
And the brewery, I believe I remember that from before. It requires us to get the ingredients outside the city, correct?
Correct, some kind of cave system or something.
Mm-hmm. And
You'd
how many?
better off speaking to the proprietor of the Lush Blossom if you wrote more details of it.
Right. These kobolds. How many days travel?
Oh, well, I mean, the kobolds, from what we gather, are mostly taken care of, I suppose. But the
Do I
dragon
know?
issue remains. That, I believe, is roughly a day and a half or so.
Okay. Yeah, we're just working on a timeline, so we have to keep that in mind. But
Ah, yes.
these are all very promising. Do you mind if I grab a fire for each?
Oh no, go right on that. You understand how to retrieve your payment and all that. Yes, how the magic of the flyer works.
Yes, we've done one mission in the past.
Ah, very good.
Speaking of, how does one become a member?
Oh, well, you have to do several of our missions here. There's also admission fees if one wishes to join. It's 250 gold. There are dues as it is. Dues are every year, but that allows your membership in, and the more missions you do, the more dangerous things you do, the more privileges you have access to. We have a members only bar, as serves a little bit better alcohol, food. There's also discounts on hiring if you're looking for experts in certain things, be it magic or otherwise.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Queers, any questions?
Mm-mm. I just thought we'd take these to the group.
Yeah. Well, all right. I think our business is done here. Thank you for your time.
All right, be safe out there. Good hunting.
Thank you. He'll grab those. Wait, actually, the ones that we grabbed before are still good. So I guess I don't need to grab the first two, but the bog hag, I believe, is new, correct?
The ball hag is new.
Okay, so I'll grab one for
Yeah,
that.
you technically have something for the ingredient gathering for the
The
lush
dragon one would,
bottom.
yeah, the
Yeah,
dragon
the,
would be
Bottom.
updated
the
then.
dragon one is different because the kobolds are all dead, or mostly dead, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that did not go well for the people that tried to do it while you guys were busy.
Yeah. Unless there's anything else from Kriyaz, I say we head back.
No, I'm ready to go. Tell the group, pick one. I want to go hit stuff.
Okay. You head back and meet up with the group. I'm assuming you probably meet up at Rainier's place, as you know. Uh,
That's where
soon
we were
Merv,
headed for sure.
yeah, Merver's gonna go there and that sort of thing. Cool. You all meet up there. It's late afternoon by the time that's all completed. Before we end session, anything anybody wants to take care of?
I can't think of
I think
anything.
so.
Okay. Very good. We have then you all meet together. You have some potential time fillers as before you need to testify to the council, which is on the 4th. It is currently afternoon of the 1st. Um, yeah, I don't have any like weird stings or anything for you guys at the end. So that's our session. Well done, everyone.